and then we're whining about fairness.
Yeah, I want everybody to have a good life.
We had the ultimate advantage
we all?
ever.
Yeah. And that's why I want everybody to live a good life.
No, but then
I want world peace. Make it happen. I want to end world hunger. Make it happen.
Subscribe to this channel in case you are watching this channel and you have not subscribed.
I used to work at Amazon before I got this job, and obviously I'm from Africa and I'm here. And then I got into Amazon, and then I started speaking with these white people. I have to say it like that so that you guys get the picture. And the usual comment I always get immediately is, "Oh wow, your English is so good." And I look at these people and I'm like, I literally have a degree in actuarial science and insurance. I'm more educated than most of you that are here. But then you comment on the fact that my English sounds so good because I'm black and because I come from Nigeria, in quotes.
I mean, to be fair, you could be highly educated and not be fluent in another language.
If that was said to a woman, HR, straight.
Well, what is it? There's a couple things. First of all, my friend is very qualified. She graduated from Columbia. She had like multiple, like already like some years of experience while she was in school.
Women always think they're qualified. I mean, if we were going to talk narcissism, women always think we're more qualified than we are.
Okay.
But, okay, she had her degree, whatever.
She had her degree from, like, one of the most prestigious universities
I think
in America.
Well, if I haven't met so many dumb people from those universities, I would be convinced. But I don't think that that really means...
I'm not sure where this is going, but I'm from what I'm getting is that she's gonna say like it doesn't really matter how qualified you are, you still couldn't be like what I said earlier, and exactly like what Pearl was saying. Like you could be in a university and be really fucking dumb. Like it doesn't really matter what kind of belt you got under your waist. You could still be dumb with this shit. And like I don't know, man. I think tripping on someone complimenting your English because you came from another country, I think that's petty.
Means much. Okay, and my brothers all work in I have 10 siblings. Half of my family is literally engineers. It doesn't matter, not much.
No, I just think
okay, so she got a prissy degree, who cares?
Okay, I think that if you're gonna say like,
rude.
oh no, like a lot of women get these positions that they don't deserve, blah blah blah, it would make more sense to be like, oh, you know, I don't think you have enough experience to do this versus you're a woman, so you can't do it.
But see, the men don't really have a say. So the guy that's hiring, like they have to do it for their diversity hires, okay? And again, that's you telling men how to talk. And this is my problem. I say, if you want to be in a man's world, be in it and stop fucking complaining. I'm so sick of women going into men's workplace. We asked to be in the workforce. So stop fucking whining when you get into a man's job and they make jokes you don't like. They start talking to you the way that you don't appreciate, and they don't say it how you think they should say it.
So
because all it is narcissism where you're going around telling everybody how to talk and bitching and whining for women like me and other women that have worked in male environments and didn't whine and didn't complain and just did the work.
It's literally...
See, I agree with all that, but am I missing something? Where did this come from? How did this come from? That one clip of the guy feeling feeling insulted because they complimented his English?
If my boss asked me to get coffee because I was a woman, I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't complain. I would just go get it because I don't bitch and moan about fucking nothing.
See, like I was I'm about to start working at Amazon, but the job that I was at was a warehouse job, and there's a bunch, not a bunch of, but it was like probably over 50% women there. I had to do most of the fucking manual labor, man. I had to go get the fucking pallets, and I had to go and flip the boxes and shit. I had to go and move the boxes up, and like, bro, I was the one. Me and this other guy on our line were the only motherfuckers that were able to do these jobs because the women just weren't capable of it. That's fucking crazy to me, man. Like I was stuck having to do these bullshit ass jobs, getting paid the same thing as these women whenever they're not even capable of doing the same work as me. I think that's just crazy as fuck. But I don't complain because that's just, well, I guess I did just complain, but I wasn't like complaining about it because it makes sense. I'm a man. I should be able to do the fucking harder work and shit. But at the same time, like, give me something in return for having to do extra work since nobody else can.
I think, what is it? You're essentially saying that women can never be harassed. That's okay if a man.
That's not what I
Yes,
said.
it
I
is.
said
In
I said that
essence,
I
that's
know
what you
I
said.
said that a joke is not harassment. Him saying that to me was not be harassment, and I'm tired of women whining.
Him repeatedly
is-
not letting you do work, like making you get coffee, like talking down to you.
I would say this is amazing. I get to work less. And you know what I would do? You know what I would do if I didn't like it? I'd go get a different job rather than whine.
Okay,
And
that's the thing.
I mean, I get it. Like, boss shouldn't be talking down to you, like belittling you. But if it was just a joke, then it's different. But then again, there's a fine line between a joke and what someone is offended by. So it's a tough situation. So I get it. But I don't think a boss should have to talk down to a woman to do that. Like, oh, give me a coffee because you're a woman. He could just be like, oh, just go give me a coffee because you're new or whatever. Or like, because that's just your job. But to say like, oh, because you're a woman, I think that is kind of crossing a line.
Go through as well. Men get into jobs where other men on top literally make them do things they don't want to do.
Well, yeah, you
But
should.
They don't go then
mistreated.
scream
No,
harassment.
but they have to do it.
Who the fuck is talking?
Build up to get to where they want to be. A lot of times men do things they don't want to do, but they have to do it because that is just.
Okay, what
Okay,
else? I
wait,
want
wait. No, I want to see this. Like, how would you feel if somebody said, "Oh, I don't think you can do this because you're black"?
But straight away off the bat, your question is, how do you feel?
That's not even the same thing. Like, there's no genetic difference. I mean, I guess there might be a little bit, but nothing like a man to a woman. Like, there's no, like, there are. Yeah, no, there ain't no genetic difference. There's just big white guys and there's big black guys, and there's small white guys and there's small white guys. Or did I say white? There's small black guys and there's small white guys. Like, it doesn't. There's not a genetic difference like how there is with women. Like, yeah, there are some bigger women, but even the bigger women aren't as strong as the men the same size that have done the same work. Like, it's just we're not the same at all.
I will feel however I feel.
It doesn't change anything.
But do you think it's unfair?
Whether it's unfair or not doesn't matter. That's
It does
Life is
matter.
unfair.
No, but this
is unfair, and we should
No,
try
but
to
this
make
is
it
the
fair.
problem
We should work
with- this
towards
is
a
the
fair
problem.
society.
No,
But
this
who
is-
made you God?
What do you mean? I'm not God. I'm saying that we should all work
No, but
towards
this
a
is
fair
this
society.
is the
You know what's fair is anyone that can do more work than you getting paid more than you. Like, that's fair. You getting paid the same as me and me having to do more work than you just so you can get paid the same as me is not fair.
problem with privileged, often white liberals is they think everything should be fair, and oftentimes they grew up in the most unfair thing because we came from two-parent homes and oftentimes well-off neighborhoods, and then we're whining about fairness.
Yeah, I want everybody to have a good life.
We had the ultimate
Don't we
advantage
all?
ever.
And that's why I want everybody to live a good life.
No, but then
I want world peace. Make it happen. I want to end world hunger. Make it happen.
And so what they do is they go everywhere and whine and bitch and complain instead of get on with it. They go into these male workplaces and bitch and complain. Men don't complain, they just do. That's the difference between men and women. Is men just do things.
Like, it's also
and
just
they stop
patronizing as
whining.
well to say, like, yeah, I had all of this and I just want everyone else to have it as well. Like, it's really patronizing, and it goes back to the point that we were talking about earlier of, assuming that people in all these places of poverty, are unhappier or
Right.
whatever.
When they're usually happier and nicer.
Just comes across as patronizing. Like, you can say how you feel. Yeah, it is 100%
Wait, how is it virtue
virtue
signaling to be like, oh, you know what? Like, I just want everybody to, like, not be
Because you're saying that
discriminated.
because you're saying and discriminated. One, women cry discrimination for freaking everything. Like, you know what I'm so tired of? I am so tired of women going to male-dominated fields, asking to be a man, but not being able to take it like one.
Right.
Well,
And
then
that's the
men are
thing.
not being treated the same way that the women are being treated. Men are not being
men-
saying
women-
Out of interest, did anything else happen apart from with your friend? Did it go any further than that? Or was
Well,
it...
what is it? He basically like kept doing it for months, not just a coffee thing, but like constantly like talking down to her because like of her sex.
What is talking down?
Was this in the States?
Yes, this was in the
What
States.
is-
I
no,
told
no,
her
no,
that
Go work for a construction site. Those motherfuckers talk down to you and they don't care who you are. They don't care what gender you are. They don't care what race you are. They don't care if there's anything wrong with you. If you it's like a damn near a drill sergeant, man. Like go work in a blue collar job. The bosses ain't nice, man. Most of them, I mean, there are a lot of good bosses, but there are some bosses that are just dicks, and they will take their horrible day out on you, and you just gotta take that shit because you need the job, and it has nothing to do with your gender or anything like that. And I'm not saying that there aren't some people that do it based on your gender and shit, which is wrong. But there also are discrimination lawsuits in place for that.
She should sue, honestly. And she was like,
no,
oh, I don't wanna do that.
No. I want to hear what talking down. And this is why I'm going to say right there. This is why men are afraid of women. Because right there, that's spite. Now I'm going to sue the employer that gave me a job, that was giving me a paycheck every week, every month, where instead of having gratitude for it, they sue them later. And this is why I always say if I was dudes, I just wouldn't even have women in the workplace because all they're going to do is bitch, moan, and then sue you later.
I don't think anybody should be a bootlicker. I don't think because somebody's paying your salary, that means that you have to be like,
but
oh,
this is
thank
no,
you,
but
God,
see, this
thank
is
you
and
so
no. I want to point out that entitlement right
not
there.
entitlement.
No, this is what I want to point out because this is how women treat men, like a paycheck, the same way they treat
nobody
jobs.
should be
And this is
treated like a paycheck.
this is how women treat men, and this is the problem is they feel no gratitude to people that gave them opportunity and made their life better. It's always entitlement, and I can't stand it because it gives women that actually work hard a bad name.
Right.
Okay, so I find it interesting because you're saying like, oh no, the HR department is why they got hired. It wasn't the boss, but then you're supposed to be grateful to the boss, even though the boss isn't giving her opportunity.
I think that people
Boss is
that
signing
I
your
think
paycheck.
one, you have so much opportunity as a woman. I think that women whine and bitch over nothing. That's my opinion. I think they get into workforces and then they complain over the smallest jokes. Men talk how they talk. Men are kind of rough. They make crass jokes. They talk different than us, and then they bitch, whine, and sue them later. And
Men don't tell other men, oh, you can't do this job because you're a man.
They
do you
do.
know what's
They
funny?
do.
Men
Yeah, I mean, they might not be being serious, but they definitely do.
speak
It's
to
all a
other
joke.
men way worse. I mean, Christy.
But they don't do it on the basis of being a man.
no.
They don't say, hey, you're not smart enough to do this because you're a man.
They don't say it because you're a man. They just talk to you like it because you're a man.
You know what?
Yeah, we call you a dumb motherfucker. Yeah.
See, I'm more kind of in the middle on this topic because I get what she's saying. Like, yeah, women shouldn't have to go through this fucking discrimination, and same with colored people. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of on pro side because at some point it's not discrimination. At some point it's just you doing your job. Like it's such a fine line between discrimination and joking, or discrimination and just your job title, or like it's such a fine line in between that shit to where it's the only reason why I'm more on pro side, because it's like no matter how fair or inclusive you try to be, it'll never be good enough because there will still always be these fucking loopholes that women find because it's just their opinion. It's just how they feel, which is wrong.
Actually, on the contrary, they do it more because you're a man.
Yeah.
Because men have that challenge.
know men can take it.
This is the thing.
So you've been told before, oh, like, you know, you can't do this because you're a guy.
Okay, so listen to this. I'm in the entertainment industry, right? So it's like, as a black man over here, right? And some people will say I'm somewhat successful. Now, in order to get in that position, I have to accept that shit rolls downhill, excuse my French. So I don't go in there crying about how I was spoken to by MD or director or whatever, because I know what goals I've got and I know the environment. So the point, I'm not advocating that people should get spoken down to, but the point what Pearl's saying is when we put ourselves in certain dynamics, if we can't deal with it, then change it.
So what I'm saying is that
don't stay in the same situation and then keep complaining about the same situation.
That's the point. That's what I'm saying. I am saying that we should be able to change this. We should be able to, like,
no,
you know,
you said sue. So you're saying you're entitled. You're entitled to more money because you don't like the way someone talks.
You know what?
Really?
Suing is literally monetary damages.
No,
if you're going to
it's
act
because
this
of
way,
my
pay for
feeling.
it.
This is what liberals do. My feelings were so fucking hurt that I need money
It's
to
not your
compensate.
feelings. It's literally your career.
It's literally her feelings.
It's just that
about
qualified. She could get a job elsewhere.
No,
If
but
this
that's
is-
the point.
this is-
You
I
shouldn't
have
be pushed out of
never-
an industry because people are being
I have never had a
discriminatory.
problem
This is
getting
delusion.
any job that I wanted. Any woman that bitches and moans about her boss, the way they talk, about getting some job, is just whining for no reason, and they shouldn't be taken seriously. Because the women that actually work hard and actually, like, do things, they don't stand for this shit. They don't bitch, they don't moan, they just do it. And I am so sick of liberals coming into the workplace wanting to be in a man's world and then bitching about it later.
I think a lot of this like discrimination and shit probably started whenever women first got in the workplace, and it obviously trickled down a lot since then. But I would assume that most of it started because men were upset that they had to fucking work with someone that wasn't able to do their job the same way that the men were. And it might be because they weren't trained, or it might be because they weren't physically capable of, or anything. I don't really know, but I can see why men would feel offended by that they have to like damn near babysit someone or work harder because they have to fucking have a girl on their team, or risk their lives, like whether it's a military or combat role, to where they have to trust this woman to be there to protect them. Like, there's a lot of reasons on why I can see men being upset with women being in the work field whenever it comes to certain jobs, but I don't think it should be okay for them to just talk to women the way that they talk to. I don't think that you should. I don't know. It's just like the discrimination word is such a broad word. The idea of it, yeah, you shouldn't be able to discriminate against someone because of their skin color or their gender. Like, yeah, it sounds good, but it's just so much harder to perfect and make a standard than it is to just say, all right, don't do it. It's just, I just don't think it's possible without, I don't know, stricter guidelines or something. I don't really know. I'd like to know what you guys think about it. So let me know if I said anything that you disagree with or that you want to add to. I'd appreciate that. But please like the video. If you guys have anything to say about the video, let me know down below. You know, I'll read every single comment. And if you fuck with your boy, would you please give me a subscription? With that said, deuces.
Tell you I ain't never been played by a bitch, so I know they know what you saying is phony.
Ever since I bagged you, my bag got different. I've been flipping grams while you on the grand tripping. Ever since some bitches with their own selfish intentions. Got up in your ear, that's when your ass started listening. And that's when we got distance. You was pissed off, I wanna found a pot to pissing. You didn't have no calls, I let you go to chase the vision.